Guys, I've had Christmas music stuck in my head all day, and it's only like October 20th? What's today? 24th? I don't know. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas everywhere you go. Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I have, another haul. MAC just recently released their 2014 holiday collection, and I am such a sucker for limited edition collections from MAC. The limited edition packaging and just like the prettiness of it all sucks me in, and I get addicted. So I had to stop by. It's limited edition. I was afraid it was going to sell out, so I picked up quite a few things from their new holiday collection. Okay, so this collection, I think it has 5 lipsticks total. I think, don't quote me on that, but I have 4 of the 5, or however many there are. I have 4 of them. So the first one, let's see. Well, actually, before we even hop into that, look at how gorgeous the packaging is of this holiday collection. The box itself is black, but it has like silver sparkles all over it. It reminds me a lot of the Aqua, what was it? I can't remember, the Alluring Aquatics, I think is what it was called, collection that they had a while ago. It kind of reminds me of that, but it's just so pretty, so sparkly, and that is how all the boxes are. So they have eyeshadows that look like that, the blush looks like that, so super, super pretty. So the very first lipstick I picked up is the color Sparks of Romance. So this one, if I can remember correctly, actually before I even hop into that, the tube itself looks just like the box. So from far away it probably just looks like your standard MAC lipstick, but it's not. It actually has the silver sparkles all over it, which is so pretty, and I really like the limited edition packaging because it stands out in my collection. I have like 30 MAC lipsticks, so to see the ones that are limited edition and sparkly or fun or different colors, it helps me find them, so I really like them. So the first one I got is Sparks of Romance, and this is a matte finish, and this is a red color. So I was really afraid that this was going to look super similar to Ruby Woo, because Ruby Woo is kind of their standard red, that's the deep dark red, but this one is not quite as dark as Ruby Woo, but it is very, very, very pretty. Okay, so just for comparison's sake, here is Sparks of Romance, and here is Ruby Woo. You can see the difference in the packaging, and then here they are swatched. So here is Sparks of Romance, and here's Ruby Woo. They are very similar. However, Ruby Woo is much darker, kind of that deeper, darker, vampy red, whereas Sparks of Romance, it doesn't, I mean, you can't tell, but it's actually, it doesn't feel as drying. Ruby Woo is super, super drying on the lips, and Sparks of Romance doesn't seem like it's as drying. Maybe it's because it's not as old. I don't know, but it's not quite as deep red. You can see it's more of like a candy apple red. I didn't notice in this store, and I don't know if I'm making things up or what, but after I swatched it, there appears to be like tiny flecks of glitter in it. I don't know if I maybe had glitter on my hand, which is why it's swatching with glitter in it, but I'm definitely seeing some glitter on here, but it still has the matte finish overall. So super, super pretty. This will be really, really good for the holidays. Just that like natural, well, not natural, but that kind of timeless, just perfect matte red lips. So super, super excited for this one. Okay, the next lipstick I picked up is also a red color. This one is in the color Salon Rouge. So this one definitely has sparkles in it. It is also in a matte finish. Or maybe this is the one that doesn't have sparkles in it. Maybe I'm getting them mixed up, which is why I think Sparks of Romance does have sparkle in it. I think I got them mixed up, my bad. So here is a Salon Rouge. So you can see this is a much, much darker red color, and I'm just gonna swatch just to be sure. Yeah, okay. Sorry about that. Sparks of Romance does have glitter in it, and then Salon Rouge does not have glitter in it. It is completely matte, but it has more of like a maroon, kind of slightly berry undertone to it, but it's still pretty much red overall. But this one also feels a little bit more hydrating than Ruby Woo. Again, I'm not too sure if it's because my Ruby Woo is kind of old and it might be a little bit dried out. I don't know, but I've always felt like Ruby Woo is really drying. But both of these, Sparks of Romance and Salon Rouge, do not feel like they have that drying effect to them, but they're both matte finishes as well. Next one I picked up from the holiday collection is the color No Faux Pas. So this one is like their pink one of the collection. It's like a super bright, vibrant pink color. And this one is also a matte finish. Matte is super on trend right now. It's very, very trendy. It's very, very timeless. I love matte lipstick. I've always loved matte lipstick, so I was very excited to see so many mattes in this collection. But anyways, so here is No Faux Pas. You can see it's kind of that bright magenta-ish pink. It's very similar to Pink Pigeon. I actually don't have Pink Pigeon, so I don't have anything to compare it to. It's not quite as like fluorescent neon as like Candy Yum Yum. It definitely is more wearable than Candy Yum Yum, but it has that pinkish, maroonish vibe to it. The last lipstick I bought from the holiday collection, I'm actually wearing on my lips today, and this is in the color Rebel. So I could be mistaken, but I'm fairly confident that they also make this as part of their permanent collection. I don't know if it's the same color and this just has a fancy package. I don't have the other Rebels, so it's fine for me to grab this, but let me know in the comment section down below if this is the same exact Rebel that is not part of this collection, because I actually put that Rebel on my Christmas list, and if it's the same color, then I don't need both of them. When you first look at it, you're probably like, I mean, some people can get away with purple, but not me. But you can see it's on my lips today. When you swatch it and when you wear it, it definitely sheers out to just this super pretty like plum color right here. You can see it's not quite pink, it's not quite red, it definitely is purple, but it's not like as daunting and as scary as like this dark Barney purple here. So don't let the color in the tube scare you. Definitely make sure you go and swatch it. I think it is super, super pretty. It is so pretty. So very, very excited about this one. It's the perfect fall color. I know it's part of their holiday collection, but it's fall right now, so I'm gonna get a lot of use out of this, I think. One more lipstick. It is not part of the holiday collection, but it is part of their new mattes collection. So they just came out with like a matte collection. This one is in the color Novella Vogue or Novelle Vogue. This one is just a very super pretty like pinky nude. It has a little bit of the brown in it, so it's very on trend right now for that kind of 90s flashback color. And of course it is the matte finish as well. So this one is just so, so stunning. It's a great everyday lipstick color. You can see it's not quite as bright as all of these other ones up here. Bright is awesome, but sometimes you just want to go for a natural look, and this one is going to be so pretty for that. It really reminds me a lot of Please Me, I think is what it's called. It's a little bit darker. It definitely has a little bit more of like a brownish tinge to it, and then Please Me is more pink, definitely more pink. So I think the Novella Rouge, what is it? Vogue. Why do I keep... Anyways, it's definitely more like on trend right now for the current like 90s brownish look. They're both very pretty colors though. Alright, then I did pick up two of the eyeshadows. Now, I really was not planning on buying these eyeshadows, but I actually went to MAC twice. The first time I went, I didn't even swatch the eyeshadows. I was like, no, step away from the eyeshadows. You don't need any more eyeshadows. And then the second time I went, I was like, I'm just gonna swatch them. Let's just see what they look like. And of course, I fell in love with almost all of them, but I limited myself to buying just two of them. So the first one that I bought is in the color Modern Majesty, and this one is so pretty. It's unlike anything I've ever seen before. It's brown, so it's definitely a brownish color overall, but it has purple and green sparkle within the powder itself. So when you swatch it, it is stunning. It is so stunning. It has this beautiful sheen to it. I'm really excited and I think I'll get a lot of use out of it. The second eyeshadow I bought is in the color Noble And this one I think I will get a lot of use out of. It's definitely like an everyday color. It reminds me a lot of Urban Decay's Sin, which is one of my favorite all over lid colors, highlighting color. It just does a lot of everything, and this reminds me a lot of that. So it's like a beigey powder overall, but it has like champagne, like pink champagne and silver sparkle within the powder itself. So same thing, the formula is exactly the same as all of their other eyeshadows, nothing special about it, but the color is just, it's stunning. It's so pretty. It definitely has like a little bit of pink in it, but I think this would be so pretty as like your, gosh, I'm swatching on a weird part of my arm, so I'm like hitting myself in the face. But anyways, it's going to be so pretty. I'm really excited to dig into it and just kind of play around with it. Both of these do have a lot of sparkle, a lot of shimmer, a lot of glitter, but that's what the holidays are all about, right? The next thing I purchased from the holiday collection is one of their blushes. So this one is in the color Modest Blush, and I think they have two blushes for this collection. One of them is a little bit more on the pink side, and then one of them is more on the peach side. This is the peachy one. Here's what that blush looks like. Super duper pretty. It's a very subtle pinky peach. It's not like your overwhelming like orange, so that's good. But I think this is going to look really pretty, honestly, paired with everything that I just purchased. This would look so stunning with this brown eyeshadow right here, and one of your matte lipsticks here. Even like the Novella Rouge, Vogue. God, why did I keep getting that wrong? I don't know. Any of them. It's just so pretty. This is a very, very subtle matte blush. There's no shimmer to it. There's no sheen to it. It's definitely a matte color, and it definitely has a little bit of like brownish peach to it. So super pretty. The last thing that I purchased, I am so excited about. If anything, I'm excited just simply for the packaging. So the box itself is so gorgeous. This is one of their Keepsake eyeshadow palettes for the holidays. So the box itself is white and it has white glitter on it. You probably can't tell, but there's glitter on it. And then there's like a little cameo cut out here. So pretty. And then the actual palette itself reflects that same design. So it has like the white glitter on it, and then the cameo right here in the middle, and then there's beads around the outside. So I'm not too sure how long these beads are going to stay on there. Hopefully for a long time, because it is so pretty. Like I can just picture this sitting on a grandmother's vanity table, or like if you were to be walking through like a creepy old house, this would totally be sitting on the bathroom sink or on the vanity. It's just so timeless, and there's something about it that is just so gorgeous to me. So I couldn't pass it up. I had to get at least one of the palettes. They do have 3 of these. One of them is like a neutral palette, another one is a purple palette, and then there's this one, which is the Smokey palette. So the colors within this, there is some colors that I actually already have, but then there's some that I don't already have. So the colors in the palette are Fancy Dress, which is a matte, Kid, which is a velvet, Honey Lust, which is a L. What is L? Luster? Do they make eyeshadows in luster? I don't know. Satin Taupe, which is a frost, Froggery, which is an L also, Divine Rule, which is an L, Noble Spirit, which is a satin, and then Carbon, which is a matte. So this is going to be a really nice, this is the palette that I found, or I figured was the most versatile, because you have your gray taupes here, and then you have your brownish nudes here. So I think you can make a lot of looks out of this. Sadly, I do have 2 of the colors already, but that's okay. Now it's in a palette form, which makes it very, very easy, very, very handy. And then it also has this little tiny brush right here too. So I'm looking forward to this. The color formula, it's just like every other MAC shadow formula. Nothing special about it, but come on. This packaging is gorgeous. It is so gorgeous. So very, very pretty. I'm really excited for this too. Alright guys, well that is all that I bought from the MAC holiday collection, and that is all that I have for you today. Let me know in the comment section down below if you bought anything from the holiday collection and what you bought. I honestly think that it is so pretty. It's one of the prettiest collections I've seen from MAC in a very long time. It's very eye-catching, the packaging is very, very pretty, and I'm just in love with it. So let me know what goodies you got in the comment section down below. And if you have any other questions or comments or anything like that, You know where to leave them. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye guys!